Hey, today I would like to talk something about an 1 kilometer under 8 minutes. This is just something I would like to talk about. This is a function that I've seen in a lot of my clients here in my physical gym that's worked very good, and a lot of the clients I've been working with have had a very successful strategy working through this. So let's go through it. Running is an essential function that everybody should be able to perform and perform correctly, but that most people can't do this. And I have been one of these people. I've run countless miles, and I just put one foot in front of the other, and when things went wrong, I got out to my shop nearby and told me pain here, pain there, and they would sell me a pair of shoes, and next time it would be even more expensive, and then I'll go to the physician and he would help, and blah blah blah. That when I stopped running, I started training, strength training instead, and lost all my junk miles and started doing sprints uh, and getting my technique in with running. This changed a lot for me. So let's get started here. Running quality has been there everywhere. When we start out, when we're young, everybody runs right in the beginning, and then in the youth, when we start in school and stuff, things just start plummeting down and getting worse and worse. So that was a little too fast. Let's get a little back. You need to learn how to run before you start running longer, and you need to learn how to run fast, and then you can start putting miles on. I don't think you should put that much miles on. A lot of people can run a marathon in under 6 hours, but that doesn't mean it's a good idea. So, speed over distance. As I said, we need to build up a base, a very foundational base. And here I'm talking strength and I'm talking technique to get everything out of your training. Get the most out of your time spent training. So we don't need to go out and run. So here, let's start. The basic technique of running, you need to land on your midfoot, and your hands need to be at around 90 degrees, and you need a light control swing. There's a lot of ways of doing this. This is a standard. It can vary. A lot of my clients are doing different things, and it's working very, very good for them. And then, as I said, every human should be able to run 1 kilometer under 6 minutes with proper form. At the moment, a lot of people who start training with me cannot do this, and we get this up and running through training. So, I don't have a specific, whoops, I don't know what happened, something went wrong. I don't know how exactly why this is working this way, but I just know and have seen a lot of things working very, very well with my clients, that this is the way to go. To run stronger and faster, you need to control these points. So, the first thing, a lot of people, and especially endurance runners who've been running for a long time, are not able to open up their stride and open up their hip. So, there can be two possible issues here. You don't have the mobility, and the second thing is you're landing wrong on your feet. So, if you have a good hip mobility, if you're good at yoga, you're part-time doing yoga, or you've just been moving your entire life and not sitting clenched down, then you're pretty good. Here, a lot of people are pretty good here. The mobility is a pretty big part of a lot of the people I meet. If your mobility is okay, it might be that you're landing wrongly on your foot, or you're taking your stride too far out. So you're landing too far in front of yourself, a heel striker, it's known as, and you'll stop a lot of the power and get a lot of energy up through your body. Cadence is the second thing. Cadence is too slow. This is after the hips and the wrong shoes, then this is the primary thing I've seen. People just have a cadence of around 140, 160, and they need per minute to get up to 180 strides per minute. This is the magic number. This is a number that's counted out for how long time it takes your foot to use its own spring, so the spring within your feet. So when I land, I push down and I flatten out my foot, and then the time it takes to strengthen up this spring again, to tighten up the string so I can use it again. This is why it is 180 per minute. And then the second part of the cadence is you're spending too much time on the landing. So if you're just starting or you're thinking about your running, you're landing too far back on your heel again, and then rolling, taking too much time on the ground, spending too much time in your foot on the ground. That's not very good, and it uses more time getting injured when you're on the ground. So if we would like to increase or better this, training exercises for this could be, I've written out some things here. I've written out barefoot running, not on anything else than grass or sand or soft mats indoor are very, very good places to start. And then secondly, kicking off with the heels, so pulling your heels up toward your buttocks is a good way to decrease the time you're spending on the ground. So try to kick your heels as much as you can towards your butt quickly. This is a very good way to minimize the time you have to drive your foot up in front of you and landing on the heel strike. And then I have a very big thing for me and for all the people I've been working with is lack of more muscles and muscle endurance. So you don't have enough muscles and you don't have the endurance. A lot of the people that I work with, when they start training the right form of running, they'll get a lot of pain up in the back side of their legs, and when they start, they have pain in the front side of their legs as well. That's a different thing. I'll just take the strength. You need stronger calves and quads and legs in general, and stronger feet as well. So to becoming a stronger runner, I have some exercises I've listed out here. You need to do calf raises. That's calves, of course. You need to do lunges, especially reverse lunges. This can be both with body weight and then adding some kind of weight to your lunges. This can be sandbags, and I've listed here sandbag thrusters, so strengthening the hips as well. Doing a lot of yoga with your training here would be very nice. And then explosive exercises like box jumps and jumping lunges. I use them a lot in my training as well for my clients. But the thing I've found that's both fun and is a very cool and good strengthening exercise is a lot of strongman exercise and these odd objects training, like Atlas stones and big stones and tires and stuff like this you have around sandbags. They're fun and they're very, very good for hip training. The strongmen have a very explosive hip because they're in all these different situations where they work. So strongman exercises is cool and I use it a lot. Do not add miles before you have the speed. So you need a good base, you need to have a strong VO2 max, and you need to be ready before you start moving and getting all these crazy junk miles that everybody is saying you have to do. So drop the junk miles, improve your technique, then your speed, then you can add your miles. This is very important. So, run right or don't run. If you want to be healthy even when you get old, then learn how to run the right way, or just stick to speed walking, because you will get hurt and you cannot in the long run get safety with fancy shoes and spandex something here and there and taping up your feet and legs. So improve your technique, then improve your speed, then we can talk about adding mileage, but not huge junk mileage. We're talking about intervals for longer distances. If you ask me, and especially as OCR racers, try to use as little junk miles as you can. Stay home, take a relaxed day instead of just going out for a run for the sake of the run. Take a recovery day and then get in there and do a fantastic interval run the day after. I will be talking more about interval runs in the next videos and posts, so keep posted here and I'll show you some more ways to use intervals. Thank you.